Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Timberborn. Part 16 in our Greedy Builders versus the Helix series. And today is the day, friends. But first, I just kind of want to admire how this whole vertical district has turned out. Yeah, I know we built also really, wide for our logs and production and the food crops, but all the food and processing for the most part is taking place all in here. All their food is stored underneath their houses. It's fantastic. I'm absolutely in love with it. I love the recreational things at the top. There's just all this activity up there and movement and light, and I think it has turned out phenomenal. Last time we added a bunch of power, which you can just barely get a glimpse of from down here. I'm sure from up here it's probably a little more visible, but not by much. So the trees being planted definitely helped on that. So I've done a bit of prep work. I filled in a little bit of terrain here and a lot back here just because I was bored while I waited for metal blocks to fill back up. And our dirt had filled all the way up, so I was like, yeah, you know what, we can spend some dirt. But I filled all that in and built a bridge over to here, and then I have dirt, explosives. We'll need a few of those. Logs, planks, and metal blocks, because that's pretty much what we're going to be dealing with almost exclusively today. It's time. It is time to finally come up with our permanent solution for bad tides. I've talked about it a lot and what I wanted to do, but it's finally time to make it a reality. So to get started, we've got to clear all this dead stuff out. I mean, I can't build up here if I don't. So we're just going to clear it all out. It's dead and never going to regrow anyway. So we're just going to send all of our workers up here. Probably don't need to do all that back there, but oh well, it'll be fine. And then I'll just add paths so they can get back to a lot of it. Because I think that, yeah, that's going to be our limiting thing, is that they're not going to be able to reach it. So if we continue just building a path up to where we need to be, they will eventually get this all cleared. We have tons of workers, so this shouldn't take very long at all. Though it is nighttime, so we are going to have to wait till morning to get it complete. Though they were already working, so they're going to finish, but there goes the last few. So let's jump cut to morning and get these cleared out. And there they go. They are getting it done. And we need to come over to here a little bit because we are going to need to do a bit of blasting over here. So let's bring that. Let's clear to about there. You know what? Let's bring it back to there as well. They were running off. They're like, oh, we got to go back. Yeah, you got to come back. Sorry, little beavers. You don't get to go home yet. It's not quitting time. But they should be able to reach all that. No, they can't reach that one back there. So one beaver is going to come running back to get this one last blueberry bush that's dead. And there they are. Cool. How we're going to get down here, don't know if we'll figure it out, but it is something we will have to figure out. So we are going to run that back, and then get rid of this path right here. I'm going to fill in this corner right here with just a dirt block just to square it off. And then we are going to come across here, even though we don't need this many, it's easier just to do that and be done with it, with sluices. And this is just going to be close above contamination, and we're going to go, I like going really low contamination percentages, like 2%. And that will get that closed off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to leave that block there, but we're going to blast all of this out and build some more sluice gates, and eventually we'll blast this side as well. I just don't want to do it until the sluice gates are in. So we're going to blast all of this and make a nice wide channel there. Mainly so when the bad tide starts, if it comes out with full force, it's not splashing and spilling over. We could build this all up by a tile, but I'm kind of happy with where it is. So we're just going to roll with it like that. That one is too far away. What we can do is, I guess, not delete that path that we deleted a moment ago and bring them in that way. So they will get the sluice gates in, and they will get the dynamite all planted. So let's get that done really quick. And that was indeed really quick. Bringing the supplies up here helped. And I know some of you are probably saying, it's about time you do that. Well, you know, the other things have been close enough to the district that I was willing to wait. But these, it's not gonna let me build that because, okay, that's fine. We'll blast out one more right here. I didn't realize you couldn't build them right up against the dirt. Which, I mean, it makes sense because it's like there's no output. But, you know, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I've always been willing to, you know, let them run back and forth because we've not ever been this far away from where things are that it wasn't that big of a deal, but it is now. We'll let the haulers bring the stuff up here and then just have the workers. That seemed louder than normal. And have the workers do their thing. So then we'll run in those right there, and then we will close below contamination of 2%. So bad tide, this closes, this opens. The problem is if we get a bad tide before I finish this, yeah, it'll cause problems. But that's okay. As soon as I get that built, we can blast this. Actually, we can go ahead and probably blast it out now. It won't hurt to have the water going down there, I hope. So I want to go... Yeah, I want to go there because we want this to be one deeper. And then we're going to work our way across with platforms that kind of taper down until we get to over here. And we're going to dump it all in over there. But I don't have my bots as builders anymore, which is killing me because I miss having nighttime construction. Especially since the beavers have to run so far up here. But since there's no recharging stations or fuel or catalyst or anything, the bots would slow down anyway, so yeah, I guess it's not that big of a deal. Oh, that's how we're gonna get down here to get these out. We're gonna just build some stairs down right here, and that will take care of that problem. So that is all the dynamite in. We'll wait for him to run away and blast that right out. And that should, yeah, that's not letting any water out. So now we're just gonna throw in a temporary set of stairs right here so that they can get down here and clear this stuff out for us right here. All of that needs to go. Kind of surprised we didn't see there. I'm about to say, see the army of builders come in one big conga line. Yeah, I spoke too soon. All right, cool. I don't think we're gonna need these stairs anymore, and if we do, well, we can put them back. So now I wanna pause for just a moment because I want to kind of think about what we're going to do here. So we'll just stick with train for now. That'll be fine. But I want to quickly transition away from dirt blocks into our platforms to run the water, the bad tide, over where we're going to be going. So let's fill in right here as well, and we may as well make all of that one level right there. And probably just square it off right here, just to make our lives a little simpler. So we don't have like a bunch of irregularly shaped blocks. So cool, that brings that all up to one level. They're not going to be getting over there yet. We may come up with a way to do that. And that's really wide. That is 6, 7 wide. That'll work, that'll be fine. Because we are eventually, since there is going to be occasional bad water flowing through here, we're going to put power wheels and stuff like that in this as well. So that during the bad tide, we're able to still crank out a lot of water. So yeah, I guess I should not have deleted those stairs. They're still necessary. All right, that's fine. So now let's think about, first of all, I'm getting all turned around here. Let's look and see what we're going to need to do to this other side. Because I have to be careful about how far I blast down, because we don't want to cause flooding, especially when a temperate season resumes, the water kind of surges out. During the last video, I had to build up this area here and a little bit here because as it surged around, because it was getting slowed down a little bit by the wheels, it was spilling over right here and a little bit here. And we want to avoid that as much as possible. I mean, it doesn't really matter because it all winds up in the same place, but I would like to avoid it if that's possible. So let's see what our elevations are like here. So that's there, and then, yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of, is that was going to be the exact same elevation, but we can deal with that. We can work with that. It'll be okay. So I don't want these. This is not what we want here. And they're like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure, little beavers. Thank you. What we want is to come in with these, and I'm not gonna be able to get one that runs the whole width. What did I say that was? 7, so it's 9 in total. So if we do like a 6 and a 3, that will take care of that. And then what I'm hoping is, yeah, that's just about perfect right there. We can do that. And then we'll have to do a little bit of filling right here with something, but we'll figure that out in a moment. And then we're going to switch from dirt blocks to levees to bring this up. And I think here, come back. I think here we'll just, as much as I'm not wanting to alter the river a ton, I think it's okay in some instances to take some liberties here. I think it'll be fine. So actually these stairs are going to help us quite a bit because they're going to let us get down in here and do things like clear these trees that are in the way, while also building up stuff on this side. So yeah, this is all going to work out nicely. So then we will get this done. We'll wait until daylight and pick up from there. And they're back at work. Since everything is really close, I'm pretty sure they're just getting everything from here. I mean, they're probably emptying this stuff pretty quick, but yeah, it looks like haulers are showing up just as fast to refill it. So our builders don't have very far to go. So this is getting done pretty fast. Now, once they get over here, it's going to become a trek again. But we'll investigate maybe bringing a path down to this side and putting some resources down over there. But that's a ways off. Yeah, we have a lot to do here. This first bit should go pretty fast, though. What I want to do here is impenetrable floors. It's going to let me put that on top of a path. That's cool. I didn't think that was a thing you could do. And then eventually, to make sure we don't get contamination, once we're all is said and done, we'll work our way backwards with contamination barriers to prevent that from spreading past all of this. And I think it'll be pretty good. Though these have to be built on ground only. Can these? Yeah, these are ground only as well. So we might have to do like some in the water, but for the most part, we should be able to get this knocked out pretty easily. So we have nighttime again. The last few that were already tackling something before quitting time will run over here. They're all in bed now, so we will wait for morning once again. And they are right back at it. I mean, this is not taking any time at all since the resources are so close. But like I said, as we start getting farther and farther away, it'll take longer and longer. But this first bit, they're just absolutely breezing right through it, which makes me happy because it's nearly 1 a.m. and I don't want to be up till sunrise building this, though I probably will be because there's a lot to do. Does that need to be an impenetrable floor? I don't remember what's under there. I don't think it does, but we'll build it anyway. Cool. So that's that section done. So what I want to do is extend my levee across. And this is nice because we can use the dirt that's there. And then do levee there. I guess we could just do... Just have a train block there. A levee. Just make it consistent. Yeah, that'll be fine. So now we get into a little bit of a conundrum in that we've got some irregular shaped terrain here. For part of it, we're going to fill it in and square it off. For the rest of it, we're just going to use it as the base for our next platforms. We might blast down one so that the whole system can start dropping down. So we don't want it at this elevation all the way across, because then we'll have to build. We're going to be building a massive wall anyway out of terrain. The lower we can get it now, the better. It's just going to work out better. So let's bring this over here so they can come out that way. And then let's, like I said, square this off here. Let's bring it to right there, I think is a good stopping point. And then that will let me, for the most part, we'll have to do some things here, but for the most part, that'll let me in right there. Start bringing this down a little bit, I think. Let's see where this next level is, which I believe it's just 2 as well. And the next level is right there. So I can bring it down to that. Okay. So that they don't try to build these. I'm just going to get rid of those. A couple right there. Cool. They've got that done. I can blast that out. And then we will just let them work a little bit more on what they're doing here. And while we're doing that, we will once again do... Okay, so we're going to have something right there. We'll just do one of these, and then one of those, and then down here we're going to need that'll work. We don't have to block it off or do anything weird. We can just do it like that, and that'll be fine. So then here, 6 is not going to be enough, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that, because what we can do down here is actually bring all of this up. We don't need that path there for anything anymore. That was just there to mark where my boundary was so I wouldn't build beyond it. I don't need that one. And then get that. Yeah, I don't need that one either. Though I guess, since we're filling that little space in, that would just be a place where the water would slow down. So yeah, let's fill it in. Cool. And then bring that up to there. And then we'll probably be able to let it just waterfall over here, blast a little bit of this out, and then have it down lower, though not too low unless we do some blasting over here. But we'll get there. We'll figure that out. This is one step at a time is what we're going for here. So that path should allow them to be able to get to everything. Probably not that, though. I have another way to get them over this way to be able to get those. And it's going to be a very long trip, but we're going to do it. These trees have already started growing in. Since I let the game run for about, I don't know, 90 minutes to let things get restocked. In the meantime, I watched a friend of the channel's live stream, Cardo. He was playing some Satisfactory. Yes, I'm talking about Satisfactory again. Deal with it. But I was watching him do some Satisfactory while I waited on things to get filled in. And it was a good stream. Good times. Cardo's a good dude. If you don't follow him on Twitch, you should. Absolutely phenomenal chill guy. There we go. So we'll probably blast this down. Yeah, we will. We will blast that down by 1. They can't get to it yet, but they will eventually be able to. Actually, a tree grew in. Of course. Of course, that's fine. We'll demolish that one, and then when this path gets deleted, they will be able to get through here. So somebody should be running over here since that's our priority. Say that, and I don't see anybody running over here, but there it is. I was just about to say it's a really long trip, though. So as soon as you get that knocked out, friend, we will have a path to here, and then we will come work on this as well. So let's continue this path up here, so that they've just got a couple different angles of attack on this. Though I think this one is sufficient. I don't really think we need that one up there, but I'm doing it anyway. So we only need our impenetrable floor there because that is dirt. And water doesn't leak through dirt. However, do you need it? I don't think you need it with this line right here where you go from dirt to blocks, do you? I don't think you do. It's been a while since I've done this big of a project like this. While these trees are just growing faster than I can keep up with here. There we go. And I'm sure we'll probably have 1 or 2 more saplings. But it's once again nighttime, so we're going to jump to daytime and take a look at where we're going next. And yep, called it. Another tree has grown in. So we can blast this out safely. That's not going to hurt anybody. And then that will let them get that one taken care of. And they should be back shortly for that. And as soon as they are, I'm going to delete the path here. Can they reach it? And they can reach it. It's just taking a minute. Oh, they're having to run all the way around. That's why. So they had to like go and get the dynamite there and come back around. I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't relocate and build some stairs up, but for now, we're going to leave it where it is. Cool, so that's got that blasted. Now I'm going to pause for just a moment and get rid of that, because what I want to do now is just go straight across like that. Actually, not quite like that. I want to get rid of those two, and we're going to do dirt on those so that we can get the contamination barriers. Now, here's the thing that I don't remember. I know that because I've done something like this before, just in my own individual playthrough. That when I had it drop down a level, I ran into an issue where there was like spillover coming out of the edges, and it seems like it was way farther than I expected it to be. So even though this is probably overkill, I'm going to go with 3. They'll still be able to reach all that on that side. However, just temporarily, we're going to need some stairs down. So let's real quick, before I forget, put down the impenetrable floor right there. And then, you know, honestly, I don't even need these, do I? I don't really need these. I could just let it flow down to that level and build this up down here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's save ourselves some metal blocks and let that drop down a little bit more. Kind of like this idea. And we will bring this up. All of this. So I need to get rid of that so we can bring it up here. And just fill this in straight across like that, and that'll be fine, I hope. Yeah, I know you're like, you sounded confident there for a minute. Yeah, only for a minute though. So this is where we're gonna get a little tricky because we're gonna start losing access. And like I can do that there, no problem, but then to get them down here and over to here, we're going to have to put in some temporary stairs. Or come up with some other solution that I'm not seeing. But this will work. This will be fine. So yeah, let's fill that in, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do to get it across all of this. I think I see what we're gonna do, but we'll let them get this bit built now. And I thought maybe they weren't able to get to that one because I hadn't seen anybody over here in a minute, but no, they are. So while they're finishing up that last little bit, they'll be able to come down here and get those. I want to kind of take a look over here and see what our elevation is over here. And I think we'll just go off of this area here, blast a little bit, and try to get platforms that are going across here at that elevation. So let's see if I do a 6 and run those across there, and then just to keep it consistent, we'll switch to a 5. And I need a 6 right here as well. Cool. And then we just need 3s right there. But, you know, there's nothing to build them on at the moment. So I think what I'll do is just use some regular platforms here. I think this is the right elevation. About to find out, aren't we? The drought has begun. That is not the right elevation. That is 1 too high. Okay. That's all right. Nothing has been built yet, so we can just tear those down. So I will need to blast that down a little bit then. So now a 3, I should get help if I click it. A 3 should, yeah, go right there. Perfect. So we just need to blast that out or fill this in with something different. I think that's the answer, is to do this. Instead of blasting, we'll do that. Yeah, I like that idea. But now we have to get them down to there, which is going to be fun. And since this is all blocks, we want to use our metal platforms, overhangs. We want to use our levees. But just to there, and then just to there, and then I'm going to go out 4 on this, and I'm going to go double high here. Again, I'm not 100% sure what I need. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit different here. We're going to do that there, and then we're just going to like stair step it down. So kind of like this. Yeah, and then just to complete the whole idea of stairs, let's just finalize it like that. Cool. So once again, we're going to need to think about how they're going to get through here. And I think this path it's fine. It serves us well, but I think we could do with some stairs back here somewhere to this side as well as this side. Because like this side, no big deal. We can just boom and boom, 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 boom all the way down and then click the wrong button. And then that, they can get to all that without issue. Not a big deal. This side, however, they're not going to be able to reach all that. So we're going to need to give them a way up there. So we'll let them continue using this path, but then it's going to come out and away here. Stairs and stairs, and then we'll go here, back over and that way, and then we can do stairs down this side as well. And these again are just temporary. They will go away. This is to just get us started. So cool. That is where we want that to come through. And I'm just, until it's been a while since I've had medication, my hand's all jumpy. We're gonna run that right back there. We're gonna run that right there. We'll blast this out as needed, and then we'll get rid of all of this dead stuff in here. We'll need to get rid of some of that as well. They'll be able to get up to this. So this section, this needs to come down 2. This needs to come down 1, and we don't have to worry about blasting that because that's where the wall is going to be anyway. And if it's a little bit higher in one section, that's fine. We'll have to go up and over it, but it'll be okay. So we're getting close. We're getting really close. I just kind of want to like find a good way to channel it over here and block this off. So we may like build a wall from here around to here and just let it like flow into here. And maybe the same thing here, just kind of a little bit of a wall just to help keep it channeled and go in there. That might be the play. I'm not 100% certain on that yet. I just realized they have no way to get down into that middle bit. And now they do. Cool. Which means they're going to need a path over to here to get all of that done. Nice. So once again, we need some impermeable floors. I think I called it impenetrable earlier. We don't need to go over the dirt though, so let's kind of autosave got me. Let's keep an eye on what we're doing here. With these, there we go. Put that right there, and then all of that, and then right there. Cool. And now we have another little project to watch them build. And this is mostly done, and I realized I missed a spot right there. Also, didn't need those stairs, but I just built them anyway. There we go. That gets that all covered. I added in this set of stairs in the middle because I realized it was just going to take way too long. Because basically only one or two builders were able to work at a time. And so I had just tons of builders just sitting around doing nothing. And that wasn't fun because it was taking forever. So I sped things along by building that extra set of stairs, and it worked out quite well. I can go ahead and blast all of this, and they'll still be able to get to those back there without issue. Like I said, those stairs aren't necessary. I kind of forgot I had a connection there. That's why I put them in, but you know, it happens. So cool, that will get us down to here. They've cleared that out, so I can put this block here. Now the question is getting down a little bit farther. How do I want to tackle this? I kind of think I really just want to follow the terrain for the most part and just build a little wall to the side and just let it trickle down through this as it needs to until we reach this level. So we'll need to build this up and this up. So I think it's just dirt from here on out. I don't think we need to really do anything beyond that. I think this channel is going to do what we needed to do up here. But I don't think we need to continue with something that elaborate and that, you know, that much engineering. I really think that we're going to be able to get it away with just dirt. However, I want to pause again. That way we don't lose daylight. And just kind of look at it, think about what we're going to do here. Because we are going to have to clear some trees. And so we're going to have to find a way for them to get down here to do that. Which in this case, that's going to be not going to there. And not going to there just yet. That's going to be doing this for those trees. And then once that one's gone, we can bring them down here to get rid of that. These we can build over. They're the small little seedlings, so you can just build on top of them. So for here, we can just run this like that. Not the best, but it'll work. And then, so I want to see how high I want to bring this. I'm thinking if I do that, I think I'm comfortable with that. So then we just kind of echo that over to here. So that's 2 above. Yeah, and then we'll fill that in once we're there. And then here on this level, come on. Is that autosave hitting me again? No, I don't know what it was. I think I'd like to just keep that level there. Here, that should be fine. And then this is about where the turn is going to happen because here's our channel right here. So if we just kind of like bring this across and see where these two intersect. It's right there. Nope, I was off by 1. It's right here. So get rid of that because that's not necessary. And I don't know how high I need this to be, quite honestly. Like, probably to there on that, just, you know, to ensure we don't get any splashing. And then over here is going to be a little bit more tricky just because of where we've got to get across. But I think we can make this work. I would like to bring it up pretty high. Is that the same elevation on both sides? I can't quite tell. So we're going to do this to find out. Yeah, it's the same elevation on both sides. Cool. That's why we're paused, so we can do little things like that and not have to worry about wasting resources. Not that they can get down here to do any of this anyway. So they've got stuff they can work on. I'm going to unpause. Yeah, we unpause. And just leave it run at 1 times speed. Then bring that to about there. And then build this. I want this wall to be tall because it's all going to be splashing down and changing direction right there. I've done these before, and I just always remember that anytime I changed elevations and anytime it hit something else, I always ran into spillover where I didn't expect to see it. So I'd rather build have it a little overbuilt than run the risk of having a leak. So now that side's higher, but I've got these drop downs here. In fact, I want to bring that to like there and that one to like there and that one to like there just to make me comfortable. I think I'm good with this now. The only thing is I want to get them down into these areas so that they can build from the middle. I am going to bring the paths along to let them work from the tops as well, because obviously that's too tall in some areas. But for the most part, I want them to start here in the middle. So we're going to do this to get them down here. Like so, and we don't need to worry about those trees. We just need to get this one out of the way. I mean, those are already dead trees. If they sit in a bad tide, is there really a problem with that? No, there's not. So if I just go straight shot down, what we do is instead of going down the middle, we go right against the edge, and then they can build off the stairs. Yeah. That won't be true for the other side, but that's okay. This will get us most of the way done here. And then just a set of stairs right here. And that'll get pretty much all of that built out. Then over here, I'd really like to prioritize this so we can get this tree out of the way. So that I can then plan out where we're going to go over here. So that's not going to happen until morning, so I'm going to speed this up and get to where we get this little section in and get that tree gun. So cool, as morning breaks, the tree is gone. I've filled that section in. Again, I know this is probably taller than it needs to be, but it just makes me feel better like I said, I'd rather it be overbuilt than wind up having bad water going where I don't want it. We have lots of thirsty beavers. So this will take a little while just because of the nature of where it is, but if they continue working on these stairs this way, as well as working on the walls, which they should, because not that many beavers will be able to work on the walls at any given moment, which I want to let them get through up this way. It'll be one dynamite at a time, but it'll get done eventually. But yeah, so, you know, they can work on the walls a little bit and get down through here, but because so few builders will be able to work on the walls at any given time, they should get all these stairs down to here done pretty quick as well. At least that's my hope. We'll get this continued blasting out and we'll get all of this underway. So let's go. Let's make this happen. Oh, speaking of blasting that out, they're ready for me. Okay. So there we go. Now they can do the next one. And wouldn't you know it, we have a stuck beaver. But it's going to be... we have a lot of stuck beavers. Wait, where are these other ones stuck? Still not going to be a big deal. This is going to be a pretty simple fix. We're just going to drop a set of stairs right there. And another set right here. Run this around like that. And then throw priority on those. And that'll get those guys out of there. I kind of thought that might happen. That they would run through once they get up to that level and somebody would get behind. Wasn't 100% certain about if it would or not, but we're going to throw these guys up to a 24-hour day. This is a rescue mission. Get your friends back home safely, and then you can go to bed. Yeah, I kind of suspected that. I threw in these stairs just so they could, like, tackle this from this end, since they were kind of wrapping up and hadn't gotten this built out yet. It was going to take a long time for them to come around this way. So I figured, why not let them start from this end and they can work from that end, and hopefully we'll get it done. So cool, we've got our beaver friends rescued. Now we're going to get rid of those stairs so they don't try to go back down there. And resume getting this built. I wonder if it wouldn't pay to prioritize some of this so they can come down here as well. You know what? They'll get it done. And this is taking way less time. Like, this has been 13 minutes. No joke. Everything that you've seen. This is going really, really quick. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to take maybe... This section will probably take about as long, just because of the fact they can only now work on, like, one at a time on the ends. Why they're not doing that one, I don't know, but whatever. They'll get it done. And the sun sets, and it's the end of the workday. We only have 2 blocks left. As I said, it'll get done when it gets done. I looked at the clock and was like, it's nearly 2 a.m. I gotta go to bed. So I built some scaffolding. And I'm glad I did, because that sped it up quite a bit. It took them 2 days to build it, but they were only getting like 3, maybe 4 blocks a day done. By doing them one at a time coming across. So yeah, it was worth the 2-day investment to get this built out. I was kind of hoping that maybe like we'd get to the end of a cycle here and maybe we would get a bad tide, but we haven't had that happen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and we're just gonna set these to closed, these to open, and we're just gonna test it out manually with just fresh water and see what's what here. Doesn't look like we're getting any leaks. No, I don't see any leaks coming out from underneath there. Oh, there's a leak right there. I didn't put one there. Okay, that's our hole. It's not this. It's that. So we don't need these two. It's that right there. I didn't realize I missed one. So they'll get that in, and that should stop the leak. Yeah, now that the stuff's out of the way, you can. I kind of suspected it was in that area because you can see the water swirling there. So they'll get that hole plugged, and then we should be watertight under there. Yeah, we're good there, and this is all just dirt, and you can see it flows fine. Like it slows down, but even though it's coming up over this, like it'll get to where I want it to go, which is out that way. It'll do fine. I don't think we need to blast anything. I think it's okay that we've got that big wall there because it'll fill up and then make its way through that little channel. If it turns out that it does back up, then we can just blast this channel deeper down through here and then maybe like stair step it up or just blast it all the way down there. Who knows? But I think it'll be fine. It looks like it's going to be just fine. So let's not deprive these guys of water any longer. Set these all back to auto because we have dealt with our leaks. So you may be wondering, before we wrap up, why I didn't just route it out here since we have bad tide coming out of here. And the answer to that is I plan on having a district over here. So we're going to want to deal with this bad water that comes during bad tide. So eventually we're going to get some sluice gates that stop it like here. And we're going to blast a hole back here so that during a bad tide it just runs right off the map right there and blocks it here. And then when it gets back to the regular temperate season, the fresh water can flow out. And that is going to be the plan, to take care of that so that the district that we have over here does not have to deal with any bad water. And then to raise the water level up, we're probably going to have like a levee system here and back here and back here, or dams, just to raise it up by like another meter. It'll flood this. I'm okay with that. But this center bit is pretty dry a lot of the time. And I'd like to take care of that. I think we're looking pretty doggone good. When there is a bad tide, it'll obviously take a while to evaporate from back here, but I'm not planning on doing a district back here currently. It's just not in the plans right now. So we should be looking good. We should be in good shape. Of course, time will tell. We'll have to wait till we get a bad tide just to see what all happens. But for now, I'm pretty pleased with the channel we've built, and I hope you like it too. I know there's probably more efficient ways to build it all. Sometimes I miss the more obvious things, but we got there in the end, and I think that's what's important. I'm going to leave all of this in for now. We're not done with this. As I mentioned, we're going to have power quite a bit. In fact, you know, there's a big stretch right here we can get wheels in, big stretch here we can get wheels in, and then along the edges to connect the wheels, I think we're going to do some windmills off to the sides, just to make things really come together for us. So lots of work still to be done here in the channel, but I think for now we're in really good shape. So I want to thank you once again for hanging out with me today. There are thousands of things you could have done with your Friday. I forget what day this video is going to go live. Probably back to Fridays. And you chose to spend your time with me, and I greatly appreciate that. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.